What is up, everybody? How's it going? My light is charged and we are ready to go. So, I want to talk to you guys about cases. Cases on eBay, cases on PayPal. I'll touch more on PayPal. I'll say the eBay ones for later, but basically, don't get freaked out if a case gets opened, right? So, you see it come through your email, you see it come through your store, um, see it pop up on your PayPal. I kind of wanted to walk everyone through what I've been through, my experiences with it, and I want to hear from you guys. What's happened to you? What have you done? Anything different than I've gone through? So that's kind of what we want to talk about today. I'll also show you what I did for the USPS case that I did to help, as well as a couple of my sold items for today. So let's use in the chat. Gail's first. She's always first, it seems like. Scott, Adam, Demir is finally here early. Nevermore. I think I said Scott already. Pac-Man, how you doing? Margot, wrestling. Is wrestling bum or wrestling burn? I always get that messed up. AJ, how you doing? AJ still has a pending case, so yeah, let's talk about that, guys. So I will touch briefly on eBay cases, and again, I want to preface all this with these are my experiences, right? This is how I've got them resolved. I don't know if it's the best way, but that's kind of what I want to talk to everybody about. So let's see. I'm spinning here. Mike, how's it going? Carol, what's going on? All right, I opened the door over there, so hopefully my internet's all right. All right, so anyone hear me? Everyone hear me in the chat all right? Looks like I'm fuzzy right now. I think I need to call and get my internet upgraded this weekend. All right, William, how you doing? Okay. All right, so latest case I had was someone. Now, I will also say that if you see strange numbers shipping to picture, not so much. If you're shipping to Miami or there's a place in Delaware, Newcastle, Delaware, you see a bunch of numbers after the address. That and there's I think a couple of spots on the West Coast too that will ship the items out of the country. They're a freight forwarding address. So what happens is they will consolidate the items and ship it across to a different country. Well, I'm using AT&T / DirecTV. So the main thing that happens with that, if they want to return something, when you send over a return label, you pay for it based on the destination you ship to. So if it got shipped to Miami and the person gets it in Costa Rica, they have to pay for the cost to get it from Costa Rica to Miami. And then the cost from Miami back to you is what you're paying for. So most of the time, 99% of the time, eBay will close in your favor on that. I've always had that happen with me. Chris, would you spend $40 to fix an item if you could sell it for $130? Scott, how much you buy it for? If you bought it for 40, then maybe not. But if I bought it for, 10, 20 bucks, probably would. I most likely would spend money to fix an item. Second FBA payment received, $1,500. Nice. Good job, Caesar. Nice. Patriotic resale check. Seller on Reddit just got a $2,000 PayPal case resolved by tweeting them on Twitter after a scammer returned bricks instead of merchandise. Scott, if you paid $5, I would definitely spend $40. That's me, though. All right, let me. Demir had a case open for not working in his global shipping. He wants to return from Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia. I know it worked 100% because I tested before shipping. So that's the other thing, right? On eBay, you're going to get your item not as described. 99% of the time, you're going to have to pay for shipping back. That's the only thing I hate about global shipping is if it's item not as described, you're going to eat that cost back. Demir, so because it's in a different country, you will have to have them pay for the label. ship it back to you, and they will need to upload a receipt for you to pay them for shipping. Um, they have to just put you cannot purchase label because buyer's in a different country. Um, I've had it done through Canada, and I think I had it done in Japan. I think it was like or Germany. It was 20 bucks, $20 international. So make sure they do it and they upload the label and just pay them back. It sucks, but you're gonna have to. That's the way you're gonna have to do it. Yeah, global shipping works one way. That is true, Demir. Yep, you got it exactly. It is crazy. It sucks. My fear is shipping stuff to Australia and have to do it and pay it back. Luckily, I've been okay. That's kind of where they're. I mean, it sucks, but the partial refunds take care of a lot of global shipping. That's the only issue I hate with global shipping is the returns. And if they do item not as described, you're gonna have to pay for it. So okay, yeah. So buyer claimed they never got the item. They opened an eBay case. The item was in the black hole of the post office, so it was sitting there and it said delayed. It said out for delivery, and then it said delayed. So it was sitting in the post office. So what happened was I emailed the guy and I said, "Hey, you can go to the post office and get your item. It's there." And he goes, "I can't. I'm out of the country." So I call eBay and they said, "Well, since the case is open, nothing will happen with the case until it shows updates on the USPS website." So I let it sit. Well, he went in and opened a PayPal case. What happens is when someone opens a PayPal case, it automatically closes the eBay case and PayPal case is now open. So this is where it becomes important that you upload your tracking. If you buy tracking through eBay, you'll be fine because it uploads automatically. But upload your tracking. PayPal said since the case was opened, if it didn't show activity within, I think it was 4 days, they would close the case in his favor, refund him. And then that's where me as the seller would have to fight with the post office to get reimbursed or get it shipped back. So before I go into the other PayPal cases, I want to show you what I did to resolve this case. And it involved the USPS website. So let me flip over my screen. But just kind of the first points, just reminder, if they open a PayPal case, it closes the eBay case in this instance when it happened. So let me share my screen here. All right, so if you haven't done it already, make sure you sign up for a post office username, address, get that set up. Plus, you can order your boxes, your regional A's, regional B's that I tell you guys about. Once you get everything set up, you'll see you're signed in up here. You can order your packages, order stamps and supplies, track and manage. What I would do here is go down to claims and refunds. Click on that, and it opens up this page. Well, you cannot file a claim unless you start the missing mail package. So you click here and click find missing mail. And what you do is you check current status. You can see where it's at. You've probably already done that, so I don't know why they have that there. I believe, yeah, if after 7 business days your mail package hasn't arrived, submit a missing mail search. The following information. I've never had it get after this, but after a certain time period, once they can't find it, you can then file a claim. But you cannot file a claim from what I've seen unless you submit a search request. So I went in here and I said, start my missing mail search. Now, there you sign in. Here, let me flip back over here. All right, so I forgot I had to sign in. All right, let me sign in here, see what happens. All right, so basically just opens a place where you can go in. It's still loading. Yeah, too many. I agree. All right, so let's see here. It's still loading. Taking forever. So you go in here and you can do a couple things. You could say, please find my package. If you find it, send it to the person who ordered it, or you can say, send it back to me if you find it. So you basically have to put in your tracking number, where you want it shipped to, who the person is that is getting it and what the item is. So you have to go through and describe what the item is, load it. I don't know why it's not loading now. Sometimes this website's slow. But you put all that information in, you submit the request, and then they go do whatever they do. And you get a number. Excuse me. You print off that number and keep it. So what happened then is uh, it showed delivered on January 19th, and that just updated yesterday. So for some reason they found my package and all of a sudden it got delivered. So what I did then is I called PayPal and I said, close this case because it's showing delivered. They closed the case and the money's now in my account. So the guy who ordered it had already purchased another unit. So we'll see what happens. That's further to come. But yeah, open a missing search case. Uh, I had it send back to me just in case because uh, if it didn't go forward, I wanted the item back. So always start that searching case if something happens either on eBay or PayPal. I think it's 7 days until you can open a claim. So get that started if that happens. Scott, I had that happen with USPS, got insurance payment approved within a day. Perfect. Nevermore, I lost a $200 center speaker 4 months ago and it got lost. I filed an insurance claim, got paid out for it. About 2 weeks ago, I got the item back. Nice. They shipped it back to the company that was on the side of the box, which was a local company. That's great. All right, so that was the missing item. So through PayPal, always call PayPal if tracking shows updated, as well as on that eBay case. If tracking showed updated, call either eBay, whoever had the case at that point, and get it closed. They will release your money and give it back to you in case it's closed. You're good to go. So that was the item not received. Refund, a lot of times, what someone can do is if they send something back to you, exploit some eBay hole, right? eBay refuses the case, and you think you're in the clear. They will open a PayPal case and they will send your item back as long as they show tracking that item came back to you, and they have that PayPal case open. PayPal will refund them their money, just showing that tracking was delivered back to your house. In my instance, it was okay because it was the actual item I got back, so I just resold it anyway. But which was straight. See, that's the loophole, right? They can close. eBay can close in your favor, as well as let them go to PayPal and still get their money item back, however they want to work it. Monica, how's it going? Yeah, Scott, liquidation lots right now are way too expensive. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. Joey Everett ordered business cards. Nice. Is that for ASD? Yeah, so refund or credit. They'll open a refund or credit and they will force you basically to refund them their money. Granted, I've never had an instance where it's been wrong, but if you do get the item back, you probably should just go and refund them the money anyway. It's the right thing to do. The last thing, yeah, thanks. The last thing that is unauthorized charges. So through PayPal, they will open a case, an unauthorized charge. It could be true or untrue. What happens is, and if it's true or untrue, no matter what, PayPal will always back you up for as long as you shipped to the address on the order. PayPal will give you seller protection and unfreeze your money and send it back to you. If you do not call them, your money will sit out there for a while. If you call them, they will release the funds and you're good to go. The only issue is when they release the funds, you will still see it in your PayPal case history. So it'll sit out there even though your funds are returned. So don't get nervous if you see it out there. But those are the ways I kind of deal with the PayPal cases. I've never had an issue. I've only had one time where they abused the eBay system for an item not as described. They sent me back half the item, but it was only 20 bucks. I say only. It sucked, but I had to eat it. So when you get cases, there's always ways to work in your favor. You just got to put the work in. You got to make the phone calls, and you got to show the tracking, emails. Keep everything through eBay messages. work it that way. Yeah, Catherine, yes, I am in Ohio. I'm in Columbus. All right, so those are my cases. And if mail's missing, always open your item search. It's free. Pac-Man says, haven't had many cases, knock on wood. Yeah, that's the worst. I hate when I see returns come through, and I hate when I see cases come across, especially the unauthorized charges. That's so annoying. Danielson, what's up? Uh, did you check out pallet bids? No, I've not, Caesar. I'll give it a check. Is it palletbids.com? Is that what it is? Barberton, nice. I went to school in Worcester, so it's close to up there. Charlotte, what do you do if there are no comps for your item? Do you guess at a price? If there are no comps on eBay, what I'll do is I'll just Google the item. 9 times out of 10, there'll be something out on the web that will either give it a comp or some stores selling it. So look out there for comps. Otherwise, put a price. What do you think you want for it? But 9 times out of 10, you'll find it on Google. If you can't, maybe ask on a Facebook group, ask in here. Someone will be able to give you a good price. My husband works at Security at Gojo in Worcester. Nice. Yeah, I love Worcester. Yeah, good call, Monica. Check solds as well as listings for comps. So if you go down to the bottom left, you can hit solds. You can check it out. Google Shopping is good for comps on new items. Yes, that's perfect, Michelle. All right, so any other questions on oh, Joey, you got regional A boxes? Awesome. What's it called? So those do really well. Make sure you get both the A1 and A2s. A1s and A2s. I think A1's top load. A2 is the flat side load. Carolyn, I am 35? 35 or 36, I forget. It's one of those. Can't find a price on eBay. I check on Amazon. True. Yeah, you go on Amazon. So, Joey, what I recommend is when you do your shipping options, go through and click compare prices, put in your weights, and you'll get to learn where the break even is. If it's over a pound for me, 9 times out of 10, I will always go regional box. Scott Tucker, I had a guy buy an iPhone, was Verizon phone perfect, clean, IMEI. Guy opened a case claiming he went to Verizon, said it was not Verizon. So he claimed and not as described. Did you get the same item back when you got the return? And order your boxes early. Order your regional boxes, your supplies, order them early. They take a while. So if I get low on one of them, if I have probably 5 or so left, I will order some new ones. I've learned my lesson. I ran out and paid too much for a week or two. A couple weeks, I should say. Well, I missed one up here. Sorry. Yeah, Worcester. That's right. Not Worcester. Worcester, Ohio. So yeah, I think the phones above, I think it's iPhone 5 or iPhone 6, you can only use with, I thought you could use it with any provider. But I could be wrong. I was almost positive I read that somewhere. No Goodwill haul tonight. Neither store brought anything out new. I'm planning to go in the bins on Saturday. I will go to the Goodwill tomorrow. Have not received the item back. I think he's going to remove the SIM card. Ooh. That shouldn't be too bad, right? If they remove the SIM card, you can just buy a new one for $5, unless I'm thinking of the wrong card. Yeah, so I think you can use the phone. You can just do it you can get it switched over. Don't forget USPS can take 2 to 3 weeks to provide boxes. Yes, order early. That's correct, Adam. There's a Worcester in Arkansas close to me. Really? I didn't know that. That's awesome. All right, so as we go through, good questions, guys. I like the comments. I sold this today. Finally sold one of the white ones. I have one more left. Sold this for $20. Heading out. Brand new in the box. Well, open, but still tagged and everything. So sold that for 20. I sold something else and I don't think I grabbed it. So FIFA Street. If you can find FIFA Street, PlayStation 3, I picked this up at Goodwill for $3. Sold it for $13. It's complete if you sell games. CIB or complete is complete in box. It has both the manual, the game, and the case. So FIFA Street's a good pickup if you can find it. If I can get it closed. So take pictures, packaging. There you go. All right. So you saw this last night. I had just picked these up for my Shop Goodwill purchase. I sold all of them today. Now they're these Canon lenses. I tested them. Still in the box. They all have the manuals. They all appear brand new. I listed them for $14.99 each. Someone came in, asked if they appeared brand new, and I said, "Yep." I listed them as used, but I said new with manuals in the description. But someone came in. She bought all three for $44. I bought it for 10, so I'd say that's a good flip. Even though if I listed them for lower, I'm glad I got rid of them. But I was surprised. Adam, did you check Amazon? I did. The only comp I saw on Amazon was the manual. I never saw any of the 166As. So what was interesting is when I go to check people who buy multiple items, I check if they're selling anything. She had no items listed. So it makes me to believe either she's going to sell it elsewhere or she actually wants to use them. But I was surprised. Yeah, exactly. Saved me on shipping. So I said, why not? I listed them last night after the show, and they sold. So I was quite happy with that. Michelle Pardue, how's it going? Yeah, so that's what's happened. And I can't stress enough for cases tracking, UPS tracking, USPS tracking, FedEx tracking, that we will help. 3 of those for a total of $10. Adam, that's a good point. Some sellers use a separate account for buying, so maybe I'll keep it out there and search. Mike, you said it. There you go. Buyer account. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. So maybe after I see they're delivered, I'll check them and make sure. I'm just curious. It was just interesting to me that someone bought them out. And the comps out there for even the ones outside the box were $15.99. So I'm just wondering, because I had the box and the instructions is why she wanted them. Going to test out my movie pass right now. Have a good night. See you, Michelle. Thanks for coming on. So yeah, that's all I had, guys, tonight. Cases, don't get freaked out by them. If you have any questions, I've pretty much had every case under the sun open against me. I'm sure there's maybe a couple that maybe haven't gone through me, but usually I get them closed out. The only thing really you can't really beat is an item not described unless your listing's flawless and you have messages to back up the listing. That's the other thing. If you have not as described or they're saying broken, get them to say something in the eBay messages that will back up your claims. If they don't have anything in the messages, I got burned because they just stopped talking to me and that was it. So make sure you always double check. Mike Dago, I'm new to your channel. Thanks for joining. What is your profit margin, if you don't mind me asking? Profit margin, what did I do here? I have it somewhere. So I have it on my liquidation stuff. I didn't do that on my thrifting. Each tab, I have different tabs for each item. I'm trying to look at what my percent is. So based on each box that I buy, it's about, I at least make my money back and I make an additional probably 50% on top of what I bought it for. And it ranges across boxes. I'm trying to get you a good number here. I mean, I could show you my spreadsheet. So profit percentage, sum, average. I'm about 40% profit on each. If my math's right, I might be saying it wrong, but rarely do I, let's just say rarely do I not make money on a liquidation lot. Thrifting, I haven't done the numbers on that yet. But it's hard to say with liquidation too, just because Stuff sells. I've had stuff sell for over a year, 6 months, sits out there and finally sells. So, hey, keep picking. You have to change your name to Picking Ohio. That's true. So keep it as a followed search. I will do that, Mike. I will definitely. I'm just curious. So Justin Pacman says, what did I say? Yeah, some aren't worth fighting. Just take the return and resell it. You're gonna lose at least $6, 6 to 10. Don't worry about it. Uh, yeah, so profit margin. I want to say 40% on liquidation. If I'm saying the right number, I gotta look back. I'll get you better number. But the other thing is you do not want cases closed without your favor because you'll get a defect. And yes, I am top rated and power seller. So let me go back and double check. Yeah, top rated power seller. So um, definitely helps. Definitely helps with the fees. So, but if you can do it and maintain it, go for it. Every little penny helps. If you can ship out next day or 1 day handling, 30-day returns. Return values. I've heard 60 days helps with the search, but I do 30-day returns, 1 day handling. I've never had issues. If you do no returns and it's not for parts not working and you're kind of not clear in the listing, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take the return. Nevermore. Thanks. Yeah. More money with picking. Thanks. I appreciate you the compliment. I'm trying to get better at it. There's a lot. I'm still learning items, and January was better for us than December. Wow, that's awesome. Pac-Man, I thought our first Q4 would be great, but it was kind of disappointing. Clothing has returns, even though you include measurements. See, that's the only thing I hate about clothing is the measurements. Charlotte, how do you get to be top rated? I'd have to look back. I forget what it is. I know you have to at least offer 30-day returns, 1 day handling. If you go on your seller dashboard, it will tell you what you need to do to meet it. Your defect rate has to be under, what is it, 0.5%. Your late shipment rate has to be under percentage. No, barely any cases, 0.3% on defects on cases. You can't end listings with being out of stock, or you can't end listings based on certain criteria. Upload all tracking. I think I'm missing something in terms of sell-through rate, but you get 10% off. It's not much, but it helps. Plus, I think you get better search rankings. 4% return rate. Adam, I'm lucky to get I'm getting lucky to sell any clothes. I think I've probably sold 2 clothes. I think my clothes are pretty good, but I don't know. Defect rate for top rated is tough. Yeah, defect rate's tough. I mean, if you have 2 cases, you better hope your transaction amount's high. I have about 500. I average around 500 transactions a quarter or a period, whatever their period is. So 1 or 2 is not going to kill me, but it puts me on the line. Yes, top rated helps with the lower fees. Yeah, you have to sell through a ton. So I'm trying to sell through. It says my year, just to give you an idea, my transactions to date, 2,555. Monthly breakdown. I didn't add them up yet. I average about between 5 to 6,000 a month in sales, and probably around 150 to 200 transactions a month. That gives you an idea. February so far, I have 30 transactions at 500, 600 bucks. So we're on track so far. Search top rated seller. Yep. And you'll have what's required. Just listed a bunch of jeans. Joey, I'd like to know how the jeans go. Adam, I know you got some jeans going on. I have no jeans yet. I have just shirts and logoed shirts. I mainly like the clothes, sports clothes. So I buy them for anywhere between. I have some up there for some brand new coats with tags for $70. I'm gonna sit on those. Jerseys, I have some tags on them. Man, 75 jeans in 3 days. That's awesome. Patriotic. It's good. Good listing there. So, yeah, I'll get to listing. Hopefully, you guys are listing tonight. I'm gonna list some stuff up here. Hit the Goodwill tomorrow, and I'll hit the bins on Saturday. So I'm starting to lower some prices on some things that are sitting. So I'm gonna see if I can get them moved. Some of the higher price clothing, I'm gonna drop down a little bit, see if I can get some movement. Other than that, I'll list a couple more things. Got some records to test. Get those up there, and ship my stuff out tonight. So 4 items to ship out. I think I missed showing you guys one. There's one more thing I sold that I didn't show you. I'm finding it real quick before I get off. Oh, a Zelda game. So I sold a Zelda Nintendo game for $20. Let me roll over here and show you before I jump off. Bins on Saturday. Yeah. Shoot me a message. I'll probably be there around 12:30. Let's see. So here, if you can find this game here. So right there, that game goes for $20, at least 20. There's some markings on it, but if you can pick this up for pretty cheap, it's a good flip. So definitely look at your Nintendo games. If you can find Nintendo games, there's some that sell pretty well. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Mega Man. Some of the bigger ones, Donkey. I don't think Donkey Kong. I know Donkey Kong on Game Boy sells pretty well, but there's certain games that have a high sell-through rate. So if you have a question about certain games, reach out. But yeah. So all right, everybody, that's all I had. Any other questions before I jump off? But thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Reach out with any questions. Facebook group's going well. We are almost to 1,000 blue coming on, and we will talk to you tomorrow.